fly away from me to another world. That's Olga love right there. Oh. Buenos días. Estoy con los parientes in Hermosa Beach, California. Just kidding. Jason DeBeas. I speak English. I speak Brooklynese. We are north of the pier, Hermosa Beach, California. Gonna fix that angle for y'all. A little closer. And here we have the AAU champs trying to continue their reign of terror. Truman and Higgins versus Ogasaki and Witherby. This one's gonna be good, buddy. Let's go. Gonna be a little bit of wind, but we're gonna be just fine. Best 2 out of 3 sets. Okazaki on the right, Witherby on the left, up and down set. That ball, luff balloons out of bounds. That's the first point of the game on this AVP first finals. Okay pass, set out of the middle, and that one goes into the net, and a quick 2-0. And the question is, Thais Truman, 15 years old, who's at the service line, what kind of game is she playing? Does she want to go fast or does she want to go slow? Finally get on the board is Witherby. Okazaki to serve. Thank you for having me in your living room, guys. It's a little bit windy here, but that's a normal afternoon for Hermosa Beach. Bailey Higgins, the lefty, doing lefty things. Score is now 3-1, and Team Spiker, if you will. No surprise, the team called Team Spiker is headed up by the head coach actually on their sideline is Jake Gibb, multiple-time AVP champ and Olympian. Ball's out of bounds, left balloon. And then the other side, of course, wherever there's a Truman, that's Thais. There's going to be another Truman, LT. Doing really terrific things in Florida, the club system, and one of the more fantastic coaches on the domestic scene. But one away from a switch. These guys are starting right away, getting after it. Get after it, volleyball. Truman gets dug, looking for 3. Witherby, another dig, looking for the switch. Thais, oh, another good peel and dig. Can she convert? No. Bailey Higgins, monster block. She's been singing that monster block all week long, and last week too, for that matter. First switch of the game. Once again, there he is. The great, incomparable LT Truman. Sometimes when fathers coach their daughters, they're guilty of sometimes living vicariously through them. There's an ace. Yeah, sometimes you want your kid to do all the things you do well and some things better, and I'm pretty sure at some points Truman feels like he's got a remote control in her head. This is a nice rip cross court for a strong side out. And a big support system for Spider out here, huh? I like it. Bailey Higgins, head of the Florida State. Right now they're going Hawaiian. And I think that's pretty smart. Bailey, who's trying to work that wind ball. The wind right now is right to left on your TV screen. So Hawaiian is basically when you want your maybe sometimes less effective passer but more powerful hitter. They just play something called strand side. So strand side is the left side of your screen. So expect Higgins and Bailey to go Hawaiian. Expect Bailey Higgins to get at least 2 or 3 more before this set's over. Not getting paid by the hour, and there's a timeout. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know what Hawaiian is, that's what it means. You have one person play strand side or inland side, and the other person play ocean side. For the switches, they just stay on that side as opposed to the Alpo playing the Alpo and the outside playing the outside. 8-3 is the score. Got a scoreboard. What am I even doing? We're back in the timeout, I believe. There is a technical timeout. I think that you're just like volleyball, just AVP rules. You're afforded 1 timeout apiece, not including the technical, and they used theirs early. And yours truly's opinion, not early enough. Back set, drifter set. There's a good self-cover end. That was a little bit of a crack of a smile by Thais Truman. She's not, when she plays, she's not in the smiling mood. She's serious all the time. Don't know a lot about Witherby or Zakaki, but they're in the finals. They're here. This is 18's. And look out. Sorry, that was an umbrella move. Going from my tripod. Serve out of zone 4, okay pass. Witherby gets line over, gets dug. Actually a pretty good cover. Thais. Wow. There's a switch, 10-4. Wow, batting cleanup. Bailey Higgins. Mama Higgins, about 20 feet away from me, needs her space, cheering away. She's producing absolute alpha children. Ty Higgins actually is in the NFL, playing for the Arizona Cardinals, so. Yeah, scores now, 12-4. Once again, not getting paid by the hour. It's Thais Truman and Bailey Higgins. Jason DeBay is courtside. As you know, they give me plenty of room because I like to talk to everybody. So they're like, there that guy is, let's give him his space. Wow, great on to by Okazaki. Stops the bleeding at least for now, and a little bit of a sigh of relief, if not a deep breath. Trickler serve, handled okay. Up and down. Wow, there's a great touch, and that ball is out of bounds. Anything that hits outside the antenna, you guys can tell me in the comment section. 90% sure once it goes outside and hits that part, it's ruled out of bounds. This isn't the Pottstown Rumble. That ball left balloons out of bounds and a couple of points away from the technical timeout. Ball, and it's cross court. There's another good touch. One away from the technical timeout. I'll give you the numbers system that a lot of the juniors are implementing into their offense. We're 1 point away. I'll tell you one sec. Cross court, Doug. Looking to get to 15. Got it! A 5-6 tech. We're at the technical timeout. And for those of you that are sticking around for this live, little education on the number system. So you're with me. We're on this side of the net. So anything to the pin will be a 1, or close to the pin will be considered a 1. It's a high ball to the left side. Anything between left and middle is a 2. Anything in the middle is a 3. And anything between middle and right is a 4, and anything to the right side is a 5. So there's a lot of juniors clubs and a lot of juniors teams that are implementing this labeling or this nomenclature style of offense. Of course, everyone's going to do it their own way. I was at LMU with John Mayer, and they basically had red and white, where white was to the pins on both sides and red sets were tweeners. Of course, for my indoor people, red set means something entirely different. For you beach guys, a red set indoor is pretending you're really late for a 1 on the right side. Back from the technical timeout, getting the ball in her hands really, really quick. Thais Truman goes to zone 4. Why not? Witherby gets a touch, and free ball opportunity. There's the option. Got it. Okazaki. Beautiful. Wrist away. Yes, I said it. Wrist away. Serve out of the middle. Wow. Good serve. Creating her string out of the middle. There's a classic turn into the ocean side. Something that is taught and drilled on the junior scene, where it comes so naturally. This game happening very, very quickly. Left shoulder serve, pretty good pass. Wow, threading the needle. Split seam Witherby. Tournament started Monday, finishes today. Pool play, then some pool, then playoffs, and here we are. It's 1:30, Hermosa Beach, California. Cross court gets dug. Looking to get to 8. No! That ball is into the tape.
Nice job, Bailey.
Truman to serve. Serve out of the middle. That's what she said. She said right hand, zone 4. I think there might have been a touch. Yep, and there is. And at this point, Ozakaki and Witherby, I think what they're trying to do is get some tough serves, get a block, get a dig, get as many points as you can. Because even if you lose this game, all of it, pretty much all of it generates good momentum going into the second set. Again, this is 2 out of 3 sets.
Great job, Bailey.
That might be their goal right now. In most of these games, when you see a score this lopsided, it's usually the service pressure, serve to space, but hasn't really been that. It looks like they've been kind of serving them straight up and playing them straight up. Wow, there's a beautiful jumbo shrimp, and they're calling a switch, but they might be a point too early. I wonder if that's 9-9. Top ref Renee Marcellus, former player and turning into one of the best in the business, and it's pretty cool to have her among a lot of young referees come in knowing their stuff, and it'll be around a long time. Between her, Troy Schlicker, Matt Laveau, just a great Matt Laveau leading that boom period. He's the older guy. We're looking back set. Thais, beautiful cut, gets dug. Okazaki, wow. Little mustard on that to get on the board. Double digits. I'm gonna fix that score. I finally saw the scoreboard, so forgive me guys. They have 18-11, but that is, I think people count funny. I'll be counting every point. That ball left balloons out of bounds, and we're 2 away from securing this first set. We got the boys juniors happening tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Pool play and then playoffs. Wow, what a beautiful cut. Dropped like a ton of bricks. Question is, who are they going to go to? Do they go to Higgins? No, they're going to go short to Thais. Thais, very comfortable playing both sides of the net, gets dug. Oh man, that ball shot just past the blocker, and that's set point opportunity number 1. Witherby's picked it up. She started a little flat, and now she's found her zone, and her jump's a little bit higher. Her contact is really fast. That opened up that cut the last time, and again, good things happen. That ball just out of bounds. Thais trying to do a wisdom beyond her years. LT style 1-over. That ball goes out of bounds. But again, like I said before, Witherby, it looks like she's jumping a little bit higher, hitting a little bit harder, and that's definitely going to set up her shot. Expect him to go back to zone 4. Expect her to go left shoulder to Thais Truman. No, they go middle. And Thais loves that back set. She just loves ripping it into the wind. That ball is in. No, the ref calls out. And Mama Higgins not happy about that call. And that's not a switch either, guys. It's for.
It's not a switch. They called it out.
Yeah. All right, set point opportunity number 3. Expecting to go back to Thais. Expect her to go back set again. Yep. And I think she's going to try to fix what was broken, and that one's out. And now you have a switch. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Jay Gibbs style. Stay in there, get tough serves, play tough defense, get a miss, get a dig, get a trans kill, and here we are. 2015 situation. It's the likelihood of a comeback is not big, but the most important thing here is momentum. Get a bunch of points, take this into game 2.
Not at this moment, no.
She goes strand side because they knew they were going after her, and she did what she probably should have done the first couple of plays. I think she was adamant about hitting the spot she missed, and a little bit of a momentum change, but as you can see, and they don't feel like it doesn't look like they feel like they're in any danger, which is going to make game 2, the set 2, dangerous. It's going to make it exactly that. Jason DeBay is courtside, having the time of my life. This is the finalmente for the 18's. 6-point winners.
Should have been like 10 points.
Probably, yeah. Momentum's a killer though, right?
Yeah.
In the second set. For those that are joining me that are usually used to seeing the adult stuff, I guess my answer to that is this is adult stuff. This is the 18's finals, and in my defense, we have a 15-year-old on this court, Thais Truman, who was at the Pottstown Rumble, which is an adult tournament, grass, side out, big court. I'll say that again, grass, side out, big court in Pennsylvania in the hottest month of the year. $10,000 first prize. And Thais Truman, at 15 years old, made the semifinals. So for those of you that are wondering why I'm not doing an adult game, this is an adult game. The adults are in the room. Except this big kid. Sarah Wood also on the other end of that semifinal bracket for the Pottstown Rumble is 16 years old. Sarah Wood also, the AVP Denver, made the finals. Subsequently lost to Abby Van Winkle and Savvy Simo. Savvy Simo's boyfriend Evan Corey won the men, so that was what you call the power couple win. Pretty good serve. They're going left side. Thais Truman gets cut, gets dug. Looking to strike first blood. And good night. And now you appreciate the why in their serving strategy. They're serving softer because the set is being competitive close to the net. Let's take another look at it. Let's see if she gives her some space this time. Very good dig. Thais gets dug, looking to get to one. Oh my goodness. Higgins, what a dig. Higgins! God, not yet. Okazaki, out of bounds. What a great rally. Yeah, I think that's the serving strategy. Sometimes you just want to serve in because their in-system pass and set might work straight into your block and your defense. And that certainly spelled the beginning of the first set. For those of you that just joined me, they jumped out to a 10-4 lead, 15-6 technical timeout. That ball goes in the net. Yeah, first set, guys, for those of you that just joined me, it was 15-6 technical timeout, but ended 21-15. Expect her to go back to zone 4. And again, test out where that set location is. Is it going to be tight? Yeah, and it was. It's a tight compete set, and I think the coaching staff has probably said we can live with that. It's about clientele. I got one here. I'll give you one in a minute. Hey guys, do me a favor. Could you never mind. Can't do everything. Thais Truman, line over. Bailey, there's one here on this side. I just got two hands. Yeah. Once again, Bailey committed to go to Florida State. I don't know if she's going to play indoor there or beach or maybe even both. She is a very, very serious player and once again walks away from the play. That's block number 6 for Bailey Higgins. Going back to zone 4. And there's beautiful vision by Witherby. Great job scanning the court. Great job recognizing the twitch on the 4-block switch for our first switch of the second set. Trailing by 3 in the set, trailing 0-1 in the match is Witherby and Okazaki. Once again, their coach, Jay Gibb. Playing resume, needs no introduction. Coaching resume remains to be seen, but he's looking pretty good to me at this point. Thais loving that back set. Ball gets dug, looking for 4. Oh, man. And again, the line over is the right move, and you do have to kind of watch out for this girl living in the matrix. Witherby living in the matrix with Bailey Higgins on that one, and now the lead is cut to 1, 4 serving 5. There's a free ball opportunity for the tie. Witherby got it! 3 in a row. I wouldn't be surprised to see LT tell his team call a timeout. Wow, left shoulder serve out of the middle. There's the switch, and wow, before you can blink, leading by 1, leading for the first time in this match. Okazaki and Witherby. They go back to Thais. No, they go middle. Higgins, 4 behind her. Higgins. Wow, caught that jump on the way down. Still hung it out. Toughed it out in the air and line over. 6 apiece. But we have ourselves a game now. We have ourselves a match, people. Center court, AVP first. Actually, I have this labeled as USA Sendaway, but I'm gonna fix that. I'll just do AVP first. Let's see what that looks like. Hey, I like that. You guys like that? AVP first. Joined by the great Wayne Holly as the score is 7 apiece. Yeah. So I don't know if you watched the whole match. I saw like it was like a 15-6 technical timeout switch, but then at the end, they were getting a bunch of points, made it 15-20. So they didn't win the set, but I saw this momentum, like generate momentum that brings you into game 2, and now here we are at 7 apiece, second set.
Fantastic. I just walked up, so.
Yeah, Wayne Holly doing Beach Prospects.
That. Awesome.
Wayne, since I got you here, tell us about Beach Prospects. We're live.
Oh, man.
In one of our city sports.
Well, hey, love the opportunity. Yeah, so we are simply just trying to fill a void where I think is really just big and people have needed. When I was coaching, I just thought families needed a lot more information than they've ever had before. And I want to just bring information to families that's reliable and, things that they can count on and allow them to kind of just discover programs that they may never heard about or really learn what the differences are between Divisions 1, 2, and 3 in the NAIA. And so that's what we're really trying to do is just turn a coaching career into a career where we can advise families on a topic I think is near and dear to their hearts and helps them make a phenomenal decision for their kids and bring great information to them. That's what we're trying to do.
Right. Yeah. You as a former coach at Tulane University, you were one of the pioneers when this got introduced as an NCAA sport. So did that go into your level of thinking for this mission statement you were just talking about, just making people more aware and stuff like that?
Oh, sure, 100%. I mean, obviously the people better than me and before me created the sport. But, one thing I did learn in 9 years of doing it is even when we were recruiting athletes at Tulane, and I just thought, just listening to the questions, I knew families needed to know more. They were lost, they were frustrated, they were trying to figure out the rules. They didn't quite know who to turn to or where to turn to, and the rules were esoteric, and what are coaches interested in seeing, and why do they reply to me, and why do they not reply to me, and all of those questions, and were things that we knew the families needed. And so what I thought was, as I was ending my career, I thought, wow, let's see if we can't find a way to bring these informational pieces to kids and families and put them in a better position to, be more informed in the process, ask better questions in the process, compare schools better, and that's essentially what we're trying to do. It's just born of the questions we've been hearing from the families for a decade, right? So.
Yeah, and you're right. A lot of these questions were just felt like omnipresent, like all the time, and no one was answering that. So that's very, very cool. And so it's very cool to have that answer. That. So we're actually 2 away from the technical timeout. And as a coach, I don't know if you've been watching this match. There's a little bit of momentum going on. Ozagaki and Witherby right now, a little bit of a reversal. And as a coach, when do you tell your players to call timeout? Like you're close to the technical timeout. Do you ride it out to the technical, which is basically a free timeout? Yeah. There's an ace, and that's 12-9 technical timeout. Yeah. So sometimes you have a decision to make. Is it worth it just to call one and then come back and play out the last 2 points for the technical, or?
Yeah, I think only probably for me personally, and people can differ. It's probably for me, it's just an extreme circumstance that I wouldn't wait it out. Within a couple of points, I'm probably waiting for the technical at that point, right? If I'm within 3 of the tech, unless there really is some kind of a major emotional perhaps breakdown, and those things happen, I'm probably going to try to ride it out and figure, let's just try to get through this and take our break then,
Yeah.
We always try to save the timeout for, after. Let's try to get to a 17-17 game and then call it somewhere between, 17 and 21, right?
Well, some of these tournaments that you're not allowed to coach, right? It's very important that through process, practice, and preparation that we remind our kids. Because you and I both coach juniors, and there were some games where it's like 9-19, and then they call timeout, and I'm like, and when they come to me, I'm like, are we talking about Game of Thrones or Avengers Endgame? Because we ain't talking about volleyball right now. Did you come to me to talk about something else?
Sure, sure.
I'm teasing, of course, but
we've all been in those, right? Yeah, and it's like game management. Let's learn game management. Let's maybe call it out a little earlier next time.
But every year, these group of juniors get a little bit more adult mature. They manage games emotionally, not too emotionally high, not too emotionally low, better than we did as adults, right? Isn't it crazy? Sure. They're managing their timeouts better. I've noticed they've been very good with that. And Thais, of course, even at 15 years old, her dad's a coach, so mature beyond her years. These two, of course, well coached. Jay Gibb on the sideline, former Olympian. I don't know about former Olympian, right? It's always Olympian.
Right. No, but this is what a fun matchup. A great treat for the crowd to see these 4 athletes just going at it. Perfect, beautiful weather out here with good coaches on each side. Glad I got here to see this.
Yeah, man. And of course, great having you join me a little bit for this. I know these people are tired of hearing my voice all the time. Wow. There's a good dig. Looking for 13. Okazaki Jumbo!
Downwind too.
So on defense, since I got a real coach here, I'll say it like that because you are. What are 1 or 2 things when you're playing? Let's just say base defense off the 1 block, right? What's 1 or 2 important things to remind your player as she's playing defense?
Wow, that's a good question. I think, certainly at this level and the players that we get to deal with, it's probably not a lot of technical stuff. If we're talking in matches, probably 99% of it is just strategy and tactics and position, right? So it's probably not technical or technique related at this point. And I think, out here in Hermosa, you're going to get the wind off the ocean, and we just love just starting out. I think it's also important for these athletes to just try to serve wind side and block or pull angle and just see if that works, right? We always just started that. That's rudimentary. It's probably not new to any listener, but for the younger players, they don't necessarily know that.
And I think the attention to the younger players is where it is paramount, right?
Yeah.
Like there were games where I had to tell some of my juniors, like, dude, I know she's she's a good passer, but Mother Nature sometimes has no respect for anyone's skill set.
Absolutely.
Serve that ocean.
Absolutely.
There's a block. Right. There's a good cover. Bailey with the block. She has 6 for the match so far.
Wow.
And that ball left balloons out of bounds, and now I think the score is 12-14.
Wow, fantastic.
And so Bailey Higgins going Florida State, the big lefty. Really loving that back set. They're playing Hawaiian right now.
Yes.
Or they were playing Hawaiian until they ran into this situational score. And Witherby gets dug. Oh man, that's the advantage of having a lefty, and
Yeah, it is.
ride or die with that. And
Right, they'll take that play all day long. Usually she's going to bounce that in the deep corner, right?
Yeah, well, the difference in momentum switch is Witherby, once she got her legs about her and just started getting momentum, her jump got higher. And like good things happen when you swing, of course.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the cut and the line over and the jumbo start dropping like a ton of bricks. Here's for the switch, free ball situation. Looking for 16. Witherby got it! And man, and that timeout's still in their back pocket. Maybe I'm the amateur here, and maybe they're going to take a moment. And this is what Thais likes to do. She likes to create a long moment on a switch off.
Sure, absolutely.
And create
Smart.
a de facto timeout. And if they're ready, they're go. And if they won't, I wouldn't be surprised when they go right off the court.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a smart move, right? And the young people take the court, get ready, and then call the timeout. And you end up getting another 20 seconds out of it.
Check the lines.
Yeah, sure.
So who do they go after? Do they go after Thais again?
It's like they do.
Right shoulder. Inside serve, inside set. Thais. Great balance. So I was telling the audience in set one, Thais was at the Pottstown Rumble in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And this is big court.
Oh, yeah, that's
Big
right.
court, side out to 15, grass. And $10,000 first prize. And she makes the semifinals. So she's been doing big girl stuff for quite some time. There's a shorty, but sometimes she gets into these funks, and there's a coach. How do you get them out of those funks? Like everyone has a funk, but how do you, as a coach, make sure the funk doesn't last 4 points?
Yeah.
Make sure it lasts 2. How do you teach selective amnesia?
Such a great question, right? And you know, she's got the right person for the job, and her dad in the box, he's going to know better than anyone how to answer that question with respect to her, right? But yeah, sometimes it's just about deciding, like, hey, what's our threshold for points before we call? You know, it's kind of like let's. Sometimes you can make that decision, you know, while you're relaxed and calm, and say, hey, look, at 3 points in a row, we're going to call it, as opposed to waiting in the moment, because in the moment, a good competitor believes I'm not in trouble. I'm going to side out on the next ball. Who doesn't believe that, right? And so you end up getting stuck, and a coach needs to save a competitive athlete from her own competitive mindset, because she believes she's going to score on the next one. She doesn't think she's in trouble, right?
Yes.
And so sometimes making that decision in advance of the situation can allow you to have a default, you know,
No doubt.
and get out of there and just think it over, right?
I also think one of the biggest challenges of former players who become coaches, is to get out of the next play mentality. Next play, right? Because those are the ones sometimes that have to convince the kids to call timeout. And when I first started coaching in the beginning, there was a high school team in New York. We were 38-1, and the one loss, we were up 23-17. I had both timeouts, and I didn't use them. And that was our, you know, sometimes you're glad you have a loss in the middle of the season, so it doesn't happen when it counts the most. But Jake Gibbs managing his team really well. Jake Gibbs, Spiker Volleyball, doing good things, man. You know, a good ambassador of the sport, right?
No
Long-time
question.
player. I remember him playing with Triborn. All right, we're back from the timeout. So one timeout for one team, and that cutback is just wicked.
Sure.
And everybody's talking about thumb up, thumb down. That's actually pure index finger right there.
Does an awesome job of just selling it. Comes in hard with a great angle of approach. And if you're the defender in the cross, you have to respect staying over there, right?
Yeah, no doubt. So there's a line over, and nothing to see here as far as the. What's that? No, that's one set. They're up 1-0. No. Oh, guys, sorry, we're live. So for those of you that just joined us, this is the second set, and trailing by 5, but still leading 1-0 is Truman and Higgins, 1-0. So this, all indications says this might go, probably will go to game 3. So get ready. And just like I said the first set, sometimes it's about generating momentum. Get a tough serve, get an out-of-system pass, maybe an ace, maybe a dig. You know, maybe make this 17-20 or something, and have that going into the third set.
Sure, totally.
Amazing coaches, by the way, in that division where Tulane and LSU and, you know, Florida State. Georgia State had pretty good seasons. We got a 20-15 switch, set point opportunity number 1. So we got Olympics coming up, huh?
Oh, that's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, the fun conversation is definitely going to be the women. I mean, if the bracketology was right, I would love to see the perfect world of USA versus USA. I do admit the road to the finals has to go through Brazil. Right?
Oh, no question.
They're just Duda and Anna Patricia have just been automatic, and why not? Right? When it rains, it pours. That's how the momentum's been going anyway. And time to hit the reset button for both teams. Identical 21-15s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what the tactical changes they make are. And
Yeah. How do you guys how do you feel about Miles Evans and Chase Budinger? It's already been news like a while ago that they frog leapt the 2 seed, but for some reason it still feels new to me. Like it still feels like new news. So I wonder if it feels like that to me. How does it feel to Miles, right? How does it feel to
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, it'll be fun to see. The Americans with a competitive men's team, right? That just is going to be outstanding. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it because Partain and Banesh are unassuming. Like, for me, I'm very, very adamant about sending a team to the Olympics that believes they can win.
Sure.
I don't want a team that's happy to be there. And I don't mean to insult Miles Evans, but there was a little bit of happy to be there. But that was a month and a half ago, and maybe he used all this time to say, hey, I got bigger fish to fry now that I'm here, right?
Sure. And that's a great point.
Like both girls' teams believe they can win the whole thing.
Right.
And that's all I ask for.
And that's where we should be, right? I mean, if you're right, and I don't doubt you are, that's where the United States should be. The United States should not be sending teams to the Olympics in beach volleyball or indoor volleyball saying, we're glad we're here.
Well, I mean,
for
they
other
earned
countries.
it points-wise, but I want, like, I'll give you an example. Trevor Crabb can have the worst day of his life and still believes he's going to win.
Sure.
But there's also something to be said about being unassuming. You look at Miles Partain, you look at Andy Banesh. They're not out there thinking they're going to win or lose. They're just playing their game, and they let the net results, par for the course, right, take care of itself. So I'm very excited to see them. My pick, of course, is depends on Anders Mold. If he's healthy, they're going to win. They're going to be repeat champs. I don't even think the Swedes will stop him if he's healthy.
Sure.
If he's not,
Well, then a little
right?
bit more
The
open.
Swedes, Amon Hellwig, what's their momentum like? Qatar's been in kind of a funk, and they come back from that. So all of these questions, I'm optimistic, if not hopeful, they'll be answered. But right now, we have a set. We have a third set. And man, that had a little bit of anger on it. Truman with the kill. So what's the mindset here? We're in third set. Both teams evenly matched, even distribution of victories. What are we thinking beginning of game 3?
Sure, yeah, you wonder. I mean, it's a matter of like, if I just won, I'm probably going to stay with those tactics and see if the other team's going to make me change, right? If I lost that set, maybe I'm thinking, okay, do I go back to the tactics we were using in the first set when we won, or what have I learned, right? It's like which team can process what's happened in the last 35 minutes and turn that into a new winning strategy in this set, right?
No doubt. Well, the big adjustment was Thais and Higgins were just serving in system because the other team's in system set was tight and played into the block, and Higgins already had 6 before the technical timeout in the second, 6 blocks before the tech timeout in the second set.
Sure.
But now that they've cracked that code, that adjustment, as you can see, you're right, very interesting.
Right, do they try to get more out of their serve now, right? Like the old, Dodd and Whitmarsh, right? Remember them? They would loft that ball in because they didn't want to miss a serve all weekend because they knew they were a blocking and defense team, right?
And also they knew a lot of your in-system plays would play right in the Whitmarsh's block.
Sure.
He was such a monster.
Right, you don't want to take your blocker out of play with a service error.
Okay, wake the beast up. Let's go.
The transition queen puts one away. Again, she's going to Bailey, Higgins going to Florida State. Thais, coaches aren't even allowed to talk to her right now. Yet she's 15 years old.
That's unbelievable, right? What she's accomplishing.
And I know a lot of former players keep repeating, was I ever that good at 15? The answer is, I think
No.
everybody speaks for everyone in that one, right? None of us. There's the line over. And again, just showcasing what she does best. And I called her the transition queen at the Pottstown Rumble because every time she got a dig, coach, we were at the edge of our seat because we knew something cool was going to happen.
Right, and that's so key, right? And anybody at this level can dig a bunch of balls, but can you score in transition? That's really the next level for those defenders. She's doing an unbelievably good job of scoring in transition right now.
Agreed. Once again, both teams. Jake Gibb for Team Spiker. Jake Spiker Gibb. So, and also an LT Truman, one of the better coaches at every level. Wow, great line shot, but an even better dig. Wow, talk about the game of inches. It has to be just high enough above the block and just fast enough to beat the one switch, huh?
Right, that was a fast high line. Tough to run that down.
Yeah.
And yet, if she's any slower with it, I think Thais has that.
Yep. And a very important lemons to lemonade set to kill, right? Ooh. And I know what we're thinking as coaches right now. You get this great rally, and, right? Like the Debbie Downer in me's like, you get this great rally, and then you serve the next ball to the net. But they do have to serve a little tougher to win this game. Oh my goodness, what looked like a lollipop ended up dropping like a ton of bricks, and it's 6-2, and the volleyball IQ takes over. There's a timeout.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, those timeouts come quicker in this third set, right?
Mm-hmm. Don't they? Yeah, well, there's use it or lose it really quick, right? How many?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's been an amazing juniors tournament. AAUs, pretty much same thing. We were both here last week.
Yeah.
Truman and Higgins, of course, won that.
Right.
They had a very gnarly quarterfinal match that was 15-13 and met that same team in this quarterfinals. This time 1-2, I guess, good adjustments. But
Yeah.
I wanted to say something nice about Thais Truman. When I first met him, he was coaching Bill Kalinsky and Eric Baranek. Now, people on the camera listening, this is AVP Manhattan Beach 2019. Baranek and Kolinsky go from the qualifier, make the main draw, and make the semifinals. And I got to spend a couple of days with LT and just dialogue about volleyball, and I love the way this guy's mind works. And of course, I had to coach against him a couple of times, which wasn't fun. I was Rob McLean and Rob DiAurora. They beat us in the qualifier, and I was coaching for Rafu in the main draw, and
nice.
That went to 3, and we got that. So I'm proud to say I was the only coach that won 1 in 3 and lost 1 in 3. But they made it all the way to the semi, subsequently losing to Gibb and Patterson and Buttinger. That's who he was playing with.
Wow, good memory.
But great comeback story for Bill, who was out of the AVP for a minute. That was his debut back, and Baranek, desperately needed a partner, and worked out for everybody.
Worked out very well for those men.
Up and down sets, line over, and wow, a nice repeat of what you and I talked about before. Just fast enough.
Sure, just fast enough.
Yep.
It's what you like to see. The timeouts have been effective, right? Both teams came out. Thais last time. Prior to this one, both teams have sided out beautifully, smoothly, and are very relaxed out of those timeouts. So they're doing good stuff in those minutes.
Short serve, I love it. 2 girls fighting over it. Let's go. That ball luff balloons out of bounds, and 6-4 switch. You like the short serve on that, Coach?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it obviously worked. I mean, it didn't fool anybody, but it takes her approach away. It takes her vision away a little bit, and and the defender held really well. So Thais didn't have a lot of options on that. It was almost as though she was waiting for the defender to move. The defender never moved, and so she just had to, just cuff a shot down the middle.
I do like the call off because if Higgins passes it, she was going to run a back set anyway. So all the traffic was going right side.
Sure, I got it. I'm already on a good side. I'll take it.
Yep,
right
there it is. High line's a great call, but there was a last-minute 4-block switch.
Great court vision. Yeah,
nice.
Exactly.
So, Coach, a lot of our volleyball fans know the 1-block and what the 2-block is. Can you a little brief explanation on what the 3-block and the 4-block is?
Yeah, sure. The 3 is just it ends up being a line block, right? They're just showing the hitter a little something different move, and trying to get them to either take a longer look at the court, which helps you, or and to induce a wrong call, right? And so,
wow.
we got a
Let's
great
hold that
rally
thought. We got a
here.
rally
It's
going here.
outstanding.
Jumbo! She took a step and just said, "You got me."
Yes, excellent.
So that's the 3, right? We're
That's
showing line and taking it away.
Yeah, exactly. And then the 4 block is ultimately an angle block, but it's just, I'm going to show you a little bit of the line, right? And then I'm going to get deep into that angle. And again, trying to either, force the hitter to look at the court longer and rob her of her vision or induce a wrong call again. So,
Wow, right shoulder serve to a lefty. That was a good one. Good timing on that. Up and down set, and that is what the South Bay old school people call chowder.
sure.
8-5, but good. But I love the serve selection. A lot of left-handed passers are what I would call right shoulder weak at every level. John Mayer, you look at him, Carambola. That ball left balloons out of bounds or one away from the switch. Yeah, I've noticed, and I can name them, Tim Baumgren, Mayer, Tim Brewster. A lot of them would rather make 2 moves in midline than have you serve their right shoulder.
Sure.
Lefties are the worst. Wow. She wanted to hit a nice last-minute read and said, "Hey, killing me softly with her salt."
Boy, she's just
Says
been
Truman.
great, right? I mean, she's scored consistently from the left side on that play against 3 different defenses, right? She's doing a great job of reading the defense and finding the open spot.
And traditionally, like, when you have these undersized players, you always see this heightened skill set. Like, everything looks a little bit sharper, skill set looks a little bit tighter. Their jump, there's no corners to cut.
Right. Yeah, it's so true, right? I mean, and people probably figure, well, I got to make up in skill what I don't have in height.
And why not? Let's get a little AVP tape action here. Luck is the residue of design, people. Okay. Hey, thanks for joining me, Coach
Oh, it
Ali,
was
man.
awesome.
It's great. I was like, I'm on my own call on this last one, people. Thanks for joining me, Coach.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Nobody on the pole looking for 8? My goodness! Elevator up, elevator down. Later wing. And they've already used the timeout. Okay.
Dad, you have more liquid IV? Yeah.
I was going to say that was a very bizarre timeout call, but turns out it was Truman and Higgins that took it. Been talking about 2 players for a long time, but let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Okazaki has been automatic. She's been a very good setter. She's covered every play. She's served competitively. She's getting these transition digs. She's turning lemon digs into lemonade sets. A great tournament. 4 competitors, 3 sets, 2 teams, 1 winner. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Renee Marcellus, top ref, brings it back in. This is game to 15, as you already can see. Every combined 5 points is a switch, and you're only afforded 1 timeout apiece. No technical timeout. It is absolutely gorgeous north of the pier in Hermosa Beach, California. Pretty good pass. Drifter set. Wow. What a rangy swing by Witherby. Man, you need 2 blockers for that. That was awesome. Witherby felt good about that one. Changing her real estate, serve location. She goes zone 4, okay pass. Up and down set. Oh, no touch on that tape, and now the lead is cut to 1.
3rd set?
This is 3rd set.
Oh.
Identical 21-15.
We got a tight bet going here.
Yes, we do.
This is Jason. This is the dude I was training with.
Starbucks. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
How you doing,
This is my
man?
partner.
Good to meet you.
He has to commentate now, so.
That's okay. You guys are hanging with me. We got a Starbucks bet. If I lose this bet, I gotta buy a nice tall $8 girly drink for my.
Oh, line's moving.
Just out of bounds, and now 10-10.
10 to 10.
Yes, we're live
Wow.
right now, guys. I'm joined by Benji and
I
Dexter.
think I want a tall matcha.
Tall matcha.
Lots of. No, I'm getting my girlfriend something, whatever she wants.
What's your partner's name again?
Aiden. This is Aiden Delorier. He's from
Aiden
Long
Delorier.
Island.
Cool.
Look at him.
Benji
Can you tell he's
and
from Long
Dexter.
Island by how he's dressing?
We got some Alabama talent. We got some Carolinas.
I wouldn't say it's talent. I would say it's luck.
10-10 wins, baby. But here we go. They go back to Thais.
Middle run.
Creating her string out of the middle. Gets dug. Looking for 11. Okazaki, not yet. How about Thais? Teardrop! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at y'all. We got a lot riding on this, Benji.
We got a lot riding on this.
$20? Wait, no, just Starbucks.
Yeah, it's Starbucks.
Anything from Starbucks?
Yes.
Yeah, any drink.
Any drink
One
from
franchise.
Starbucks.
Gotta get a big one.
Yes. It's gonna be Trente, right? We already agree on that. Wow, left shoulder serve, right shoulder serve, excuse me, that's a J hook. Line over, got it. French fries on the board.
Double French fries.
11.
Bro, that's Tim right there.
I would have low-key.
Anytime my dad gets out there, double French fries and we're tied on 2 sets. That's
Yes.
triple French fries, no?
No, it's large fry.
Large fry?
Large fry on the board.
Basket of fries.
Okay, supersize me, says my juniors players here. Middle set, Thais, wrist away, Doug.
Works the puller.
Looking for 12. That line over is living in the matrix.
I don't think that was a line over, Jason. I think that was a
No,
line under.
past, right? Yeah.
Line under.
Shave the pits?
I'm pretty sure she reached
Yeah,
over that
shave
ball.
the
Pretty sure I
pits,
see
yeah.
some hair on the ground from hitting your armpit. Sorry for the viewers.
Are you? Come on, without you guys, it wouldn't be entertaining. Are you kidding? They're tired.
Out of there.
Sorry. You know they're tired of hearing my voice right now. God, we should have actually
And
did a
that's-
sponsorship thing.
12.
Like have them go in front of the camera with the ball. This
That's-
game's brought to you by
That's 12.
Wilson. 12 apiece.
Well, a piece.
They go to zone 4 back to Witherby. Up and down set Witherby.
No touch.
High hand,
Shot
deep angle.
counts. Shot counts and the foul. So who do they go to? You think they go back to Thais on this? 13-12 switch.
I don't think they want to chase. I think they're hoping that.
Well, they've been
Bailey-
going Hawaiian, so it's very interesting to see where Thais plays.
Are they just going straight to C?
Yeah. Well, they were, but now they're just going straight
I
up.
think they're going to work to Bailey. I don't think they want to find Thais again. That's a rough chase.
Well, the set's gonna go right side one way. or
Maybe they're
another.
hoping the age affects her.
She's gonna
makes
go
it
back.
hard to
I
handle.
think she's gonna go back set regardless.
She's won enough nationals.
She is.
She's felt this pressure.
Thais gets dug. Wow. what a
Beautiful
clean-
pull touch.
Whoa! And man, check the forecast in hell. It's about to freeze over.
Keep on walking. Keep on stepping.
Maybe there's a little bias, objectiveness on who we want to win, but then again, this man's got a drink coming.
Me personally, with that ball,
Oh, look straight down. Look at that block call.
Match point
Ladies and
opportunity
gentlemen,
number
let's check
1.
out that block call. That's going to affect us really soon here. Is she going to see it, or is she going to shoot into it?
No, she's going back.
And they keep it.
Wow.
Double in the angle.
Dave's off.
So
You
look
beats
at
the
that.
I formation.
Double in the angle. She finds the hands high. Required reel here.
He's got a point.
Now who do we go to?
Required reel.
13-14. Witherby has been stronger as the tournament went along, and
It's
she's
tight.
played her best
It
game.
comes down to if Thais trusts her chase right now, or if she just wants to work a
They
hard
go-
ball.
They go middle, right shoulder.
And she's taking the hard ball.
Drift set for the match. Line, got it! My goodness, winners 2-1. The real winner is Jay Gibb. The real winner is Benji and Dexter on this 2-1 victory decided at the very end. 4 really good competitors, 3 sets, 2 teams, but there can only be 1 winner, and that is Okazaki and Witherby.
Go give her some love.
not right now. Gonna be honest with us.
She might hit you.
She might hit me right now.
Hey, do me a favor, Ben. Grab a ball.
A ball?
Yeah, grab a ball. We're gonna do. This is sponsored by Wilson.
Oh, okay. Sponsored by Wilson. Here,
Go ahead.
go ahead, hold
This
in
game
front
is
of it.
sponsored by. You can go in the picture.
that
too.
good?
Big smile on your face. You can get in there. This game's sponsored by Wilson. Yes, got it. Wilson AVP. Detect spin.
Now watch this guy, boys.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Stopping the live. Peace out.
But